Hello and welcome back, ladies. Welcome back to day two, ladies and gentlemen, but mostly women that I attract into my business. So, welcome everybody to day two, which we'll be talking about detox pathways. So, we are on day two of my challenge, of my 4-day challenge that I am holding this week. I love this event. It can be so powerful for a lot of you guys. I've been holding this event now for I don't know, just I think up to a year, for just over a year, and I have received so many remarks and comments and just testimonials from women who are going through this free workshop, through the free challenge, and learning and implementing the things that I'm sharing with you guys and seeing great results for them, big understanding, and big things are changing in their lives, which is amazing. So, this is really, hello, Michelle. Hello, everybody. This is really something that I do because I love it for you guys so much. Today, we are talking about detox pathways. Hello, everybody. Say hello when you come on. So, number one, this is an event that it's meant to be engaging. I created this for you to get your answers, your questions answered, to get you understanding of a little bit more about the different pillars of health that you need to address when it comes to an autoimmune. So ask your questions. Tell me who's with me here today. How was your day? Yeah, let's just sit back and have a cup of tea. My unicorn cup here, right? I stole that actually from my daughter. Um, yeah, let me know how you're doing, how things are going for you today. Hello, hi Ellen. Hello. I'm glad you are here. Okay, so if you were here for day one yesterday, welcome back. If you were here for day one yesterday, let me know how it resonated and if you loved the material and all of that good stuff. We are going to go into day two. It's going to look a little bit different than yesterday. Um, but before I do that, I want to share some housekeeping items with you. I'm going to be quickly introducing myself, and then I'm going to give you the topic of tonight's session. And then you can grab your workbook and then you can start jotting notes down. Okay, sounds good? All right, let's get this started. Housekeeping item number one, for those of you who have registered, please, please, I get sidetracked when I read comments. Please introduce yourself in the group. Okay, so I have a thread going in the Facebook group in which I encourage everybody to just quickly tell us in the group who you are, where you're from, and what you're hoping to learn from this challenge, and hopefully implement it as well. If you do that, you can win a engagement prize. So the engagement prize is a $20 Amazon gift card that I'm giving out. Okay, so that is price number one. I have also, decided to give another price, which is a book. So it's an amazing, you will love it. It's an amazing book. The book is called Heal Through God's Pharmacy, and it is Advice Improving Cures with Medicinal Herbs. And the author is Maria Trevin. I don't know if you have heard of her. She is German, just like myself, and she just the knowledge, the vast amount of information she's sharing about like herbal applications that you can use, for hormonal imbalances, all of these things is amazing. It's a wonderful book. So I'm giving that away for free as an engagement price for everybody who's completing the homework. So in your workbook, you have homework outlined, and also in the Facebook group, there's homework you can complete on a daily basis to be put in the draw for this book. Okay, so two wonderful prices. So keep engaged, and also if you have any questions for you specifically, like if what I teach here or share with you is something that resonates with you, but you're not sure on how to actually, practically include that into your life and make that something that you can do for yourself, please reach out to me. So this week I have cleared my calendar and I'm actually offering 20-minute um, free connect calls to help you implement these things into your own personal life. Okay, so because this is a little bit different, it works a little bit different for everybody. And if you feel like you have done a lot of these things and still don't see any results, please come speak with me and I can help you. I can direct you in the right direction. I will post the link to my calendar here in the comments, or in on IG as well, and then you can do that. Okay, so take that a little further. All right. Okay. My name is Cordula Marshall. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. So I myself was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis about 11 years ago, as well as PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Um, I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I have been there for a very long time. In fact, 5 long years after my diagnosis. I was very fatigued. I felt like a zombie. I had to schedule my days around nap time because I couldn't sustain my energy for, the good majority of my days. I also had hormonal imbalances, crazy. We suffered with infertility and, you name it, like hair issues, skin issues, eczema, acne, adult acne, all of these things, severe GI issues, you name it. So after 5 years after my diagnosis and no help, I decided to enroll in a nutrition school and help myself. And that's what I did. I learned so much, that I actually decided to step out of my corporate job and become a nutritionist as a profession and help. And now, what I do in my online nutrition practice, I support women with an autoimmune to number one, step out of the food overwhelm, which we talked a little bit about yesterday. I support them with eliminating food intolerances and bloating, which is a huge issue. I help them to increase gut health and increase energy, which almost go often hand in hand. And I do that through the power of whole foods, herbs, botanicals, and consistent lifestyle changes. Okay, so this is what I do in a nutshell. Um, okay, I have amazing engagement over here. So I have Michelle, she's introducing herself on Instagram. And then I have Leanne, I think, yes, Leanne is her name, on Instagram. I'm just going to read it to you guys here on Facebook. Hello, my name is Michelle. I live in Wisconsin. I'm watching these videos because I need to know the correct foods to eat that will help me with my physical issues that I have. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're welcome. My name is Leanne. I live in California. I have been dealing with Hashimoto's for 4 years, looking for a way to control it better with food, limit supplements, and lower inflammation. Exactly. And that is what it's all about. That's to the point, right? We want to incorporate foods. We want to eliminate or, lower supplementation and reduce inflammation. Okay, so let's get started. Day 2. Yesterday, we talked about gut health in detail. Today, we're going to be talking about the second pillar of health you need to address. So, in my workbook, I have lined out the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1 is gut health because of the immune system that sits in the gut. We talked about that in depth yesterday. Pillar number 2 is detox pathways. Pillar number 3 is the stress response that is triggering cortisol, increasing inflammation. And pillar number 4 is your mind. You need a healthy mindset and a healthy perspective that translates into a healthy body and healthy gut and so on and so forth. Okay, so today we're talking about detox pathways. The topic is learn why cleansing the body is going to be essential for you to achieve reduced inflammation. No harsh detox is needed in most cases. So, why is that? Why do we need to address detoxification pathways? Yesterday, we talked about gut, which means the food and everything that comes in goes into your body, is being absorbed into your bloodstream, and can trigger an immune response because of all those various reasons we talked about yesterday. When that happens, which happens with us in autoimmune, right? So there are these imbalances that are always part of it, the root causes, the intestinal permeability, the leaky gut, the dysbiosis in your body, which means the imbalance of healthy gut bacteria, which are really suppressing your immune system, really. So what comes in has to come out, right? If we are constantly accumulating those pathogens that are coming into our body, and even metabolic particles that are being just produced by our own body cells, which happens on a regular basis, if we are not purging these toxins out of your body, guess what happens? Let me know, if you have an idea of what happens if our bodies are not able to get rid of it. They are going to recirculate in your body. If they're starting to recirculate in your body and you're still continuing to keep them coming in, your barrel, right? So basically, your body is almost like a barrel, right? So, and it comes in and it doesn't leave. It eventually fills up even more and then it spills over. It spills over the edges. And that is when you'll see heightened inflammation, flare ups, all of these things happening in your body, which you want to address and prevent, because honestly, it's about preventing these things so that our bodies can be sustainably long term, healthy and can manage the inflammation well, right? So, what we're going to be doing today, I will be actually sharing my screen with you on Facebook and I will walk you guys through on Instagram, okay, with some of this. But I will also send out replays in which you will see the slides as well, okay? So if you want the slideshow that I'm sharing, please sign up in my link in the bio. It's not too late. You will get the replay with the slides that I share and talk you guys through, okay? But I will talk you guys through, so don't worry about it. So I will share my screen now. And please, if somebody could let me know over on the Facebook group if you can actually see my slides, that would be very helpful because you need to see them as well. So just give me a okay, hands up, thumbs up in the comments if you actually can see my slides, okay? All right. How's everybody doing over there on Instagram? How are you guys? Did you guys have a good day? I hope that you did. Okay. All right. I think we are good to go. Basics, detox pathways. Okay. What comes in must come out. Everything is meant to go through your body. Everything has particles in your body that is not conducive to a healthy body physiologically. That is why your body has created detoxification pathways to be able to purge these things. When you eat foods, there's a constant onslaught of pathogens coming in through food and environmental issues and stuff like that. And your body has created those pathways for it to daily purge those toxins so that you are not filling up the barrel like that. Okay. And so let's talk about them so that you understand what they are and how to get them supported. So tonight we will talk about number one, some sources of toxins and how they are causing damage. And number two, we're talking about channels of elimination. Number three, we're talking about the cleansing systems. And then I'm going to give you some practical tips on supporting detoxification. Okay. There's one phrase in your workbook that I love to share with anybody I talk with, especially my clients, which is if you don't detoxify daily, you will retoxify daily. Okay. So we have to step away from the mindset of, I just have to go on a cleanse once a year, twice a year, whatever it is, to get my liver back up and running, whatever it is. No, you will have to support your detoxification pathways on a daily basis, especially with chronic inflammation. It is, we never know, what's coming in, how our inflammation levels are at a certain point in time. That is why we have to create this routine of consistent daily detoxification actions that actually long term keep our bodies healthy. So let's talk a little bit about the sources of toxins. Like when we talk about toxins, what do I mean by that? Okay. So there's two types of toxins we're talking about. Okay. There is number one, the endogenous toxins. Okay, so that is a big word. If anybody knows what endogenous means, let me know in the comments. And that's great. But for those of you who don't know what endogenous means, just give me a quick. I'm going to give you a quick overview. When you think about your body and your body producing energy and your body having, like high metabolic action or metabolic action in general, the metabolic action, the action that happens creates metabolites. And so intermediary metabolites can be harmful to the body. So, like oxygenation, all of these things. So, those intermediary metabolites can actually start to harm your tissue if your body is not detoxifying it. Okay. So, we also talking about free radicals in that way. Very highly reactive compounds in your body that your body creates on its own. And they can really like, they're almost like the bouncers at the club that is just like kicking and starting to be, like starting to throw people out. And so causing a lot of damage. And those bouncers are trying to in your system, trying to really wreak havoc on your cells. Then we have toxic emotions. And honestly, this is not something that's to be underestimated, which we'll be talking about that in day number 4. Toxic emotions can cause a lot of damage in your physical body. And the biggest one, honestly, that I oftentimes see in women with an autoimmune is actually hormone overload. What do I mean by that? Hormone overload is your estrogens, right? Mostly estrogens and cortisol raging through your body. And let me know in the comments, share with me if you have been diagnosed or if you have symptoms of estrogen dominance. So, like PMS. Do you have PMS? Do you have painful periods? Do your breasts hurt just before you get your period? Do you have like the middle part of your body is where you just can't shed the weight. It's like the abdominal weight just doesn't seem to go. um, all of these symptoms are related and or can be in most cases related to estrogen imbalances. So estrogen is one of these things that recirculate in your body if you are not detoxifying daily, which can cause the barrel to overflow, right? So very, very important. So those are all endogenous toxins that your body is creating. But then there's also the exogenous. So the naturally occurring, the synthetic toxins. And you hear a lot about these on Instagram and out there in social media, like the beauty products and cleaning materials and even like the chemicals in your carpets and air pollution, like all of these things are actually incoming toxins, which don't be stressed out about it because we are living in a toxic world, but that doesn't mean that they have to affect you, because if your body is detoxifying properly on a daily, you will be able to reduce damage of these toxins because you are removing them from your body as they go through. The issue comes up if those pathways are clogged and those chemicals cannot leave your body. And this is when they're accumulating. I see a lot of heavy metal issues in some of my clients where we do a hair mineral analysis. There's a lot of high heavy metal stuff happening, and so that is when the issue arises. Okay, so those are the two different types of toxins we are talking about on a daily basis. And so how do toxins cause damage? I just talked about it a little bit, the oxidative stress, the free radicals. They're highly reactive, those free radicals. They're really starting to destroy your cells inside your body. They can cause cell death and cell damage, which increases inflammation, right? So then there's also endocrine disruption, enzyme inhibition, and damage to cell membranes. Okay, so um, really they cause damage directly on the cells, which is not good, especially for us with an autoimmune, because we want those cells to stay healthy. And the cells, when they reproduce, we want them to reproduce in a way that they're healthy and keeping us in a good shape. Okay, so I have a comment here. Aluminum and deodorant and silver and fillings. Yes, that those are two toxins as well. I have high levels of arsenic also, not sure why. Probably environmental. Yeah, so but see, all of these things come together. So what is the key takeaway for here? The key takeaway is the toxic load. So we're not talking about, oh my goodness, I'm so scared to breathe in the air because, there's so much pollution out there, or the gasoline in the gas station, or the heavy metals all around me, or the pathogens that I'm eating. Like, we're not here to be scared of every single thing, because that just drives our anxiety, right? What's more important in our bodies is the toxic load. So the barrel image again, okay? It's normal that these toxins are coming our way, but if it happens over a long period of time, the small doses of multiple contaminants have cumulative detrimental effects on the pathways that can eventually impair and cause disease, right? So the takeaway is prevention is better than cure, which means if you have a fatty liver, if you have, nausea, if you feel that you get, like, you know, you have it under your rib cage to the right and the left, if there's like, pains, or if you feel that you are not sweating properly. Like, those are all key takeaways that your liver has become sluggish. I would like to know if anybody in here has fatty liver, because honestly, I see it very often. And it's certainly something to think about when it comes to detoxification, right? So prevention is better than cure. Um, and that's what we're doing on a daily basis. And I will tell you exactly how today. So, yes, I have somebody here with fatty liver. So, it's something to address. The channels of elimination. Okay. So, your body has these channels of elimination created that are wonderful and that you can support on a daily basis. But if you are in a position where you have fatty liver, or if you are in a position where you have lots of accumulation happening already in your body, and you're experiencing a lot of symptoms in that area, in the liver area, then you might have to ask your practitioner to put you on a safe cleanse, right? On a safe, gentle liver cleanse. But on a daily basis, which you will also have to do regularly, you have to support the following channels of elimination. Channel number one are kidneys. Okay. Channel of elimination are the kidneys. Channel number two is the skin. Number three is the lungs. Yes. It's an elimination organ. Believe it or not, it's a detoxification organ, your lungs, your bowels, right? I mean, that is pretty clear to everybody when we talked about it yesterday, like how everything, all the waste material goes through the bowels. And channel number 5 is the mind, which we will talk about in my favorite session. One of my favorite sessions, they're all my favorite, but that's in particular on day number 4, the mind. Okay, so those are the channels of elimination you need to address on a daily basis, regardless of where you're at in your life. Okay, why the kidneys? The kidneys, they filter 180 liters of blood every 24 hours. Okay, so they filter a lot of blood. Okay, so what do they detox? The kidneys detox hormones, neurotransmitters, vitamins, phytochemicals, and some drugs. Okay, so we forget about the kidneys. And oftentimes I see people actually having issues with the kidneys in terms of kidney stones or, like almost like kidney infections sometimes. So we have to keep that into consideration. Those kidneys are working really hard for you on a daily basis. Okay. So they excrete water soluble toxins, right, through uric acid. So it's through your urine. Okay. They also excrete metabolites from phase 2 liver detox. So liver and kidneys work really closely together. And when the liver detoxes on its own, then the kidneys are actually taking some of those metabolites and purging them out of your system. Okay. So consume 2 to 3 liters of clean water a day. It's important. You need to you need to hydrate for all of these reasons. It's not just to say, "Oh my goodness, I'm not good at drinking enough water," right? I forget to drink my water. Like honestly, how often do you catch yourself in doing that? It's just a simple thing you have to create a habit around, right? Because of all of these reasons, it's not just to hydrate us, but it's also to help your kidney to purge toxins, right? So there's some herbs you can use for kidneys. There's some dandelion that I like, and there's also parsley and watermelon are all really good for kidney detox. Okay, so the skin. Um, the skin is it's oftentimes called the third kidney, right? So the skin is the third kidney. It purges, believe it or not, 1 to 2 pounds of toxins. Isn't that incredible? Like you don't think of it as like when we put cream on our skin, we all know that it, seeps into our system. But the same is the other way around. Like it actually purges toxins for us through the skin. And the skin purges fat soluble toxins. Okay, so that is really important to know. It's bidirectional. Okay, so how can you support your skin, with action, with activities? Well, you can avoid using toxic skin products, of course, and you can also skin brush daily, right? So really exfoliating your skin and opening these pathways, and then you can sweat it out. Okay. So you want to make sure that you break a sweat at least. Um, I would say, well, if best case scenario every day, right? In the beginning phase, if you're really, really, suffering from a lot of symptoms, I would do it every day. If not, at least three times a week at least. Okay. So, and there is also hydrotherapy that you can do, which is like hydrotherapy is when you go into your shower and then you have a hot shower followed by a really cold shower. Okay, so this really helps your skin in opening up the detox pathways as well. Okay, so now we're talking about the third detox pathway, which is your lungs, opening the windows. So I don't know about you guys, and share with me if that resonates with you. But When I was a child, I am from Germany. I grew up in Germany. And traditionally in Germany, in Europe in general, I think it is that when you wake up in the morning, regardless of what the weather is like, you so my father and my mother, they first thing in the morning, they went through the house, and whenever that was, 6 o'clock in the morning, and in every single room, they shut off the heat in the winter, and they just opened the windows to air it all out, to air the house out, right? So that was like just like a typical thing for us to do, right? Um, and when I came over here to this is like totally besides the point, but if when I came here to Canada and started doing that in Canada when I was getting married to my husband, who was Canadian, he was freaking out at me and he said, "Are you crazy? It's the middle of winter time and it's so cold, you can't open the window." And I'm like, yeah, because you want to air out, you want to fresh oxygen come in, you want to clean the house. And that is exactly what you want to do with the lungs too. They need to be aired out, right, on a regular basis. So the lungs actually 1 to 2 pounds of toxins they detoxify as well. Um, it is basically the end product of body metabolism that you are breathing out. Okay, so breathing out is actually helping you to detoxify your body by, purging the end product of body metabolism. The best way to lung detox is to exercise, quite honestly. If you start to exercise, the deep breathing and the heavy breathing is doing you really, really good in terms of detoxifying your lungs. Okay. And my absolute favorite thing to do is the deep breathing techniques. Okay. So we have to set time aside. And I don't know, please share with me in the comments if you want to if you're currently doing breathing exercises, like if you're taking your time every day, 5 to 10 minutes, and consciously focus on your breathing, your deep breathing. I would really like to know if you do that. It's an amazing thing. It can be so helpful. um my liver counts are 80. Specialist doesn't see connections to thyroid. Yeah, isn't that always the case, right? Because the specialists are so well trained on their specialized area, but they're not looking at the whole picture, the whole body working as a unit. Not every organ is separate from another. Like they're all connected, they are all working with one another. And so, yes, there is a connection with thyroid and liver health. And so, it's just something that we have to know. Um, somebody says, Michelle says, I try to do this mostly at night, deep breathing. Yes. So I do it in the morning um, for various reasons, which I'm not going to go into detail right now. But in the evening is good too. So it's a really nice thing to do. Okay. So those are the pathways. Now we're going to be going into internal cleansing systems. All right. So there's internal cleansing systems, and you can put that into your workbook. I'm going to be writing it down for on here for those on Instagram, so you can take notes if you like. So there's 3 internal cleansing systems. All right. The first one is the intestines. So intestines is your first cleansing system. Anybody knows what another cleansing system is? What is another cleansing system in your body? Let me know in the comments. I try to do daily meditations that focus on breathing. That's good. That's great. That's amazing. And when you breathe, make sure you can place the hand on the chest, the other hand on your belly. And when you take that deep breath in, notice which area is moving the most. Is it your chest or is it your belly? right? And you probably know which area will have to move, which is the belly. Okay. So the second internal cleansing system is the lymphatic system. It's an amazing system. Quite honestly, ladies, lymphatic system. Honestly, ladies, when I went to nutrition school, that was one of the lessons that just blew me away. Like learning about the lymphatic system and what it does and how important it is just blew my mind because let me know if you relate to that. But when I was as a child, when I was having my constant ear infections, sinus infections, which also was related to my gut health, 100%. Um, and I went to the doctor and they prescribed me antibiotics and all these kind of things. My lymph nodes were usually pretty swollen. So I remember my mother like touching my lymph nodes and knowing, oh my goodness, your lymph nodes are really inflamed. And what does the doctor do when your lymph nodes are swollen, right? They are trying to, mitigate it by suppressing your immune system by stopping the lymph nodes from being swollen because they think it's a bad thing. But actually, they are just helping you to get rid of the opportunistic pathogen that has been taking root in your body. That is the lymphatic system's purpose to be activated and help you push that thing, right? So that's just another aside. Okay, so that's the second one, and the third one is liver. Okay, so okay, perfect. I just have somebody else joining here. Okay, perfect. So the liver is the third internal cleansing system, right? So we talked about the liver a little bit now. It's so important if you have like fatty liver, if like if I said before, if you feel nauseous, if your liver enzymes are off, if you are not sweating properly, if you feel dizzy, if you have cravings, like all of these things are related to liver. All right. Okay. So now we talk a little bit more about those specifics of those cleansing systems, and then again, I will give you some information on what you can do to support these systems. Okay. So the intestines is literally the first line of defense in your body. Okay. So over the over the course of your life, your intestines deal with 25 tons of food. That is a lot of food that is going through your GI tract. There's a lot of stuff that's attached to food that comes into your system. So it's really the first line of defense. And we talked about that yesterday and understanding that the gut lining has, thousands of the guards, the immune system, the white blood cells, specific, immune cells stationed along the gut lining to help you defend that, right? Um, and what's interesting is that, liver detox enzymes are being found in your gut lining. So get that. Your liver detoxifies with the help of enzymes, and those liver enzymes are also found on your gut lining. Like, how crazy is that? So you see how everything really is connected in the body, right? Um, so the intestines, there's a lot of dysbiosis going on with people with an autoimmune, which means unfriendly bacteria can produce um, enzymes. For example, they can produce one enzyme or some enzymes that can lead to recirculation of estrogens. So not only are you not detoxifying, but if your gut is out of balance, you might be creating more of those or supporting more of those unfriendly bacteria that can actually support recirculation of estrogen, which is causing hormonal imbalances, right? So, what do we need for bowels? Okay, we talked about that yesterday. For bowels, for the intestines, you need fiber. Okay, so you need the fiber for the intestines up to 40 if plus grams. Okay, you also need probiotics. Okay, so you need probiotics. So probiotics is a big topic because there's so many different types of probiotics out there. And quite honestly, the vast majority of probiotics that you find on the shelves in the stores is, not well sourced. So I really only suggest like a handful of probiotics supplements to my clients that I know have like certain research behind it and certain strains. Okay. However, you can also do that with food. Okay, so you can introduce foods that actually have probiotics or fermented foods that have certain strains of bacteria in them to help your gut out with the probiotics. Okay, and the other thing is with the intestines to keep them healthy for you with an autoimmune is what I teach my clients. It's the 5 R's of digestive healing. Okay, so that is the 5 R's is remove. So you do remove and then you replace. So you remove pathogens and stuff that's not working for you. You replace it with food. You replace it with botanicals. You replace it with mindset. You replace it with digestive aids to help you absorb your food properly. All of these things you have to replace. Again, the mindset of abundancy versus scarcity. Okay. Then you re-inoculate, which means you really establish that um, solid rainforest of gut bacteria in your gut. That is a large part of your immune system. You re-inoculate, then you repair. Okay, so you repair, which is the gut lining you have to repair, the liver you have to repair, your hormonal imbalances you have to be repair, and then you rebalance. Okay. And the rebalance part is really the proactiveness of it, where you just come in and say, you need to rebalance your life. You need to proactively rebalance certain areas in your life so that you're not falling back off track and back into the same, inflamed area. Okay. So, intestines, that was that. The second detoxification pathway is the lymphatic system. So let me just check if I see any comments here. Okay. Okay. The lymphatic system. Let me know. I would like for you guys to know, have you heard much about the lymphatic system before and its connection to autoimmune? That is what I would like to hear from you guys. If that is something any practitioner, any doctor ever like mentioned to you or asked you to support or anything like that. Let me know. I'm going to take a sip here and then. Okay. I have one yes. I have one no. Okay. I have two no's. All right. Perfect. So let's talk about it. Lymphatic system, super, super important. Okay. Lymphatic system is basically your garbage collection. Okay. It's a garbage collection. It comes with lymphatic vessels. It comes with lymphoid tissue and organs. The interesting part is it runs parallel to the blood vessels. So all of your blood vessels that you have, extend everywhere in your body. And when you look at a picture, you see the lymphatic system runs just like parallel to the whole blood vessels. And that's for a reason because they pick up the stuff that your circulatory system is purging out of your blood. It's a garbage collection system. Imagine if we did not have garbage collectors, like what would our streets look like, right? They would just overflow with garbage. That would cause so much disease. And that is the exact same thing in our bodies, right? If our garbage collection doesn't work properly, there's a lot of accumulation of crap, sorry, pardon my language, happening here. Okay. So it's really, really important in that. It's also important in fat absorption. Yes. So fat absorption, right? Another thing that is really important because we need fat absorption to nourish our nervous system, our brain. Think fatigue, think brain fog, inability to focus. Our brains need healthy fats. And and also when you think about nerve signaling and all of that kind of stuff, lymphatic system has a function in fat absorption. If your stool is floating in the toilet bowl, that's a sign that your fat absorption is off track. If there's so that is one of them. Um, so is lymphatic drainage massage helpful? No doctors have mentioned. Yes, that is one thing that I would definitely recommend. So thanks for asking, Leanne, because that is a really great way of supporting your lymphatic system. So I just want to make clear here how important the lymphatic system is. Okay, it also has that immune defense part of it. We talked about the lymph nodes. So everything that is picked up from your lymphatic system is being uh, carried to your lymph nodes. You have some here under your armpits, here behind the ears. I don't know how many, but there's a lot of lymph nodes. I have to look it up actually in various parts of your body, and they're like the hub, right? So they're like the hub, and they neutralize those toxins for you. And if there's a lot of things going on in your body, then those nodes are over overworked, right? They're doing a lot of work, and so they start to swell up, which is just another sign for you to acknowledge and say, okay, body, I get it. I understand. You need my support. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. So I need to support you. Okay. So what can you do? Leanne said lymphatic drainage massage is amazing because keep in mind, or I don't think I've mentioned that yet, is that, you know, the circulatory system runs on a regular basis because you have a pump, you have the heart that is pumping it through. But the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump, right? So the lymphatic system actually flows from bottom to top, right? So it travels against gravity. So you need to support the lymph flow, help the lymph flow to go through your body, and lymphatic drainage massage is one thing you can do. Okay. Another thing you can do is avoid tight clothing. So if there's anything that is too tight, especially around your belly here, I think there's some lymph nodes around that area or under your breast, right? If you're wearing a bra that is too tight, you can actually cut off circulation in your lymphatic system. So make sure that you be aware of that. Okay. uh, so skin brushing is amazing. And one of my favorite things is skipping. So I love fitness, I love exercise, and just skipping like 10-15 minutes a day is a wonderful idea because you really get that up and down motion. So you start to move the lymph around in your body, and you also start to sweat. So you're actually supporting your skin in that as well. Okay. So let me see. Okay, hold on. All right, perfect. So, how the liver detoxifies. Okay, so I'm actually not going to go too much into detail here. That's going to take too long, and that's typically what I do with my clients. When I guide them through the liver detox. But There's two phases in liver detoxification, phase one and phase two, and they're really both super important. And you can support them with specific nutrients and herbs in each phase if you want to do a liver detox. I would be very careful with, following just a plain liver detox that you find online because it can backfire on you if you don't know what you're doing. So I would definitely suggest to talk to a practitioner if you believe that this would be a good way for you to go. Okay. So that is liver detox. All right. So I think you have learned so much about the different detoxification pathways. Now I'm going to be sharing with you an acronym that is really so easy to remember. And I think it can be extremely helpful for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you, and then um, you can build your own kind of like tool case around that, so to speak. Okay, so I like the acronym PURE. So PURE. Okay. So P stands for perspiration, basically sweating. U stands for urination. R stands for respiration. And E stands for excretion. Okay. Pure. All right. So keep that in mind when you are starting to think about the different areas that you are actually going to be starting to support on a daily basis. All right. So let me share some tools and lifestyle strategies that you can utilize for daily detox. Okay. So, but before I do that, why don't you share with me what you do daily to let me go back one slide so I don't spill my beans here. What you do on a daily basis to support those, the PURE acronym, the perspiration, the urination, the respiration, and the excretion. Let me know. I would love to hear. If anything. If nothing, that is fine. That's fine too. I'll give you some ideas here that you can do. All right. Okay. So I will share some with you. Don't worry. Tools and lifestyle strategies for daily detox. Okay. Hydrating, 2 to 3 liters of water a day. Utilizing some herbs for kidneys. Dry brushing. We talked about the dry brushing, right? We talked about hydrotherapy, sweating, and sauna. Sauna is actually really, really amazing. It has a therapeutic effect on our mind as well, which is really great. Exercise, yes, Leanne says work out 5 days a week. Make sure that it's not stressing your adrenals. Okay. That is something that you'll have to always work with your body, not against your body. Make sure that you're in a place where you can do that. Lymph massage, right? The drainage massage. Then you can also think about clay masks, right, to help your skin. What I love is castor oil packs on the liver. Castor oil packs are wonderful, so good. Um, Honestly, what I do from time to time regularly is underarm detox with charcoal. So I literally put charcoal under my arms, let it dry, because the charcoal is helping you to draw out the toxins. As you learned, the skin detoxes 2 to 3 pounds of toxins a day. It helps it, and we sweat a lot in the underarms. And there are lymph nodes right there under the underarms. So it's a really good way of supporting your detoxification pathways. I have Michelle say she drinks water, daily bowel movements, and exercise, and supplements. All right, that's fair. So I would like to ask more about the daily bowel movements, but I'm not going to do that right now because even you can honestly, if you have daily bowel movements, if those bowel movements are not great, you're constipated. I always say that. I see that with every single of my clients who comes to me, tells me, but I have daily bowel movements. Okay. Are they pebbly? Yeah. Well, that's not normal, right? Do you go like once, twice, and fully eliminate? Or is there more to come? Well, there's always more to come. No, it's not normal. So, daily bowel movements is something you'll have to really, you know, be aware of that it's something that has to be really good. And another strategy for daily detox is the deep breathing, of course. Okay. It has that alkalizing effect in your body, and it's really, really amazing. Okay. So, those are just a few of the tools and lifestyle strategies that I was going to share with you. Hold on. I think I just clicked that out. Okay. So, can you take charcoal pills? Yeah, you can take charcoal pills, but charcoal pills are not necessarily, acting in a way that charcoal, application on your skin does. So, charcoal pills are something that draws something out of your body, a toxin, but it also draws a lot of minerals out of your body. So, I would be careful with the charcoal pills. Um, okay, so ladies, I think I have covered everything that I wanted to cover for today. Um, yeah, I'm going to be stopping my screen sharing. There we go. Perfect. So let me know in the comments if that was helpful, if you learned a lot today, if that was something, a few things that you might want to integrate into your daily detox, and if you have learned how important it is to look at this pillar in your health for an autoimmune disease to decrease overall inflammation on all levels, right? So let me see. I was going to share the homework with you guys. Um, I just clicked um, out of my screen here, so I don't have the workbook in front of me right now. But give me 1 second. I'm going to be pulling it up, and I will tell you what the homework is for those of you who are actually interested in being, in the draw to win this wonderful book that I have here. Okay, so day number 2 is, hold on. Okay, this week, pick one of the daily detox methods I talk about and share which one it is and how your body is reacting to it. So this is the homework. I have Leanna ready. She will try the dry brushing and she is going to be starting the meditating. That's great. Okay, so share that with the group and let us know how it goes. If you have questions after the first 2 days, if you want to find out more specifically on how to take that information and make it applicable to your own life, I encourage you to take advantage of the 20-minute free connect call that I offer this week for all of the participants of the challenge. Do the homework, um, put it in the group. You can win this book. Introduce yourself. You can win the $20 Amazon gift card in the group. And I will see you again tomorrow for day 3, which we are going to be talking about all about the stress response and how it affects your body and your inflammation. So I hope to see you again tomorrow and have a wonderful rest of the evening. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a good night.